Hello. Listen closely. Grab your popcorn. Don't swallow too loud. Don't pretend you didn't feel that jolt under your skin when the message came through. Because what I'm about to say is the reason the neighborhood's heartbeat just tripped. Your family name didn't just appear on a list. It surfaced on a red list so restricted most people don't even know it exists. A list that doesn't warn, it hunts. And tonight, the streets aren't whispering your story. They're tracking it. Everyone's calling cousins, forwarding screenshots, speculating with the kind of panic people get right before lights flash in their windows. But you're standing there with that unnerving stillness again, that slow, calculated composure that makes people rethink everything they thought they knew about you. You're not sweating, you're not pacing, you're not breaking down. You're absorbing the moment like you've been expecting it. And that calm is the reason half the block is peeking through curtains, wondering what exactly is living inside your chest. They thought this would throw you off. They thought a red list alert would make you unravel. They don't understand that you've always operated like a shadow, wearing skin, quiet, controlled, impossible to decode at first glance. They never recognized what pressure does to someone who's learned to breathe inside chaos. While they panic, your mind is reorganizing reality at a speed that would terrify them. They imagine agents moving toward your doorstep. You're already thinking 3 layers beyond that. They imagine you frozen. You're studying the room, studying yourself, studying them. Because this isn't just a warning. This is an X-ray of everyone around you. When stress enters a space, truth enters with it. And right now, the truth is leaking out of every side eye, every whisper, every sudden change in tone. Someone is already typing messages they'll deny sending. Someone is reviewing old conversations with you, searching for hints they missed. Someone is wondering if you're calm means you're involved in something bigger than they ever imagined. They don't realize that your calm isn't guilt. It's clarity. You've faced far worse under far dimmer lights. You've survived nights where the dark felt alive, where fear crawled under your ribs, where your own heartbeat sounded like footsteps behind you. A red list notification isn't enough to shake someone built from everything you crawled through. You're not scared, you're reawakening. Most people don't even know how these red lists work. They think it's just a name in a file. They have no idea these lists ripple. They trigger watchers. They tighten surveillance routes. They shift entire networks. When your name lit up that screen, the officers didn't just flag you. They flagged every person who ever underestimated what you become under pressure. They flagged the neighborhood without even realizing it. Because tonight, everyone is revealing themselves. The loyal ones go quiet with concern. The opportunists go loud with gossip. The cowards run before anything even happens. And you stand there watching all of it like a scientist observing a chemical reaction. This is the part they'll never understand. You're not the one shaking, they are. They don't fear what the red list means for you. They fear what it might activate inside you. Because people like you don't crumble. You recalibrate, you refine, you switch modes in a way that leaves observers breathless. They thought this was the moment you'd shrink. They didn't realize this was the moment you expand. Not physically, energetically, strategically, psychologically. You're shifting in a way that can't be measured by cameras or microphones. It's that deep restructuring, the kind that only appears in rare individuals who've carried burdens heavy enough to warp an ordinary soul. But your soul doesn't warp, It hardens, it sharpens, it aligns, and right now, it's doing exactly that. Somewhere across the street, someone is whispering your name like a warning. They're telling their friend, "I heard their house popped up on a watch list. They might get taken tonight." Another person is replaying a moment when you spoke to them with that eerie conviction that now feels prophetic. Someone else is looking at their phone, wondering if they should distance themselves before things escalate. All of them are reacting to the same realization. You don't react like normal people do. You never have. They're only noticing it now because fear highlights what familiarity hides. You've always moved differently, detached when needed, focused when others panicked, quiet when others begged for reassurance. You didn't learn that from books or mentors. You learned it from surviving the kind of moments that would have folded most people into dust. Your training was life itself, and life did not go easy on you. It molded you with pressure, with loss, with betrayal, with broken expectations, with collapsing trust. Every chapter hardened your instincts until they became something sharper than intuition, something closer to foresight. So when your family name pinged on that red list, your body didn't react with fear. It reacted with recognition, as if some buried version of you stood up again, dusted itself off, and said, "Finally." Because part of you always knew something like this would happen. When you're built the way you are, when your mind cuts through motives, when your presence unsettles liars, when your composure exposes other people's guilt, you attract attention. You irritate the quiet insecurities lurking inside others. You trigger the kind of reactions people later pretend were coincidences. You don't try to cause it. You simply exist in a way that pressures truth out of people. That alone makes you dangerous in their eyes. And tonight, the danger they feel is intensifying. Someone across the street just turned off their lights so they can watch without being seen. Someone else is calling a brother-in-law enforcement, hoping for information they won't get. Someone is already exaggerating the story to make themselves feel relevant. I heard their whole house is being monitored. I heard they might come before midnight. The rumors are mutating faster than facts because people love to wrap their fears in stories. It makes their anxiety feel organized, but your presence disrupts their narratives. It forces them to confront a different question altogether. What if you're not the one in trouble? What if you're the one they should have been more respectful toward all along? Your calm is rewriting the script in real time. You're not pacing. You're not defending yourself. You're not explaining details you shouldn't have to explain. You're simply existing with that unnerving poise that makes the air feel heavier around you. People misinterpret it as arrogance. It's not. It's experience. You've learned not to react prematurely. You've learned not to move emotionally when logic is required. You've learned not to panic when others want you to. Panic is for people who haven't lived through the things you've survived. Panic is for people who don't know their own depth. You know yours. You know exactly what you become under pressure. You've seen it before. You remember the nights when everything collapsed and you didn't. You remember the moments you should have broken but didn't. You remember the people who expected you to disappear but watched you rise instead. That past didn't just teach you resilience. It taught you dominance, the quiet kind. The kind that doesn't shout, the kind that doesn't warn, the kind that simply takes over the room without moving a muscle. And that's the version of you emerging right now. You can feel it in the way your breath slows instead of quickens, You can feel it in the way your mind sharpens instead of scatters. You can feel it in the way your pulse steadies like you're syncing with something deeper, older, more deliberate. You're not losing control, you're regaining it. This moment isn't pulling something out of you. It's awakening something inside you that never truly went dormant, just waited for the right trigger. And the red list was exactly that trigger. Somewhere inside the city, someone in an office is staring at your name, tapping their pen, reading details they don't fully understand. They think they're assessing risk. They don't realize they're activating someone who becomes more calculating under pressure. Someone who becomes more clever under scrutiny. Someone who becomes more strategic when cornered. They think tonight is about monitoring you. They don't realize tonight is about revealing everyone around you. Because real pressure doesn't expose you, it exposes them. Who panics, who plots, who prays, who betrays, who stays quiet out of loyalty, who stays quiet out of fear, who changes tone, who changes sides. Pressure pulls truth from every direction, and right now, truth is crawling across this neighborhood like electricity. Your phone buzzing, your name spreading, your house becoming a point of interest, your past being revisited by people who barely know it, your silence unsettling people who never understood you in the first place. They're terrified, not because they think you're guilty, but because they've always sensed something powerful simmering beneath your calm. Something they couldn't describe, something they couldn't categorize, something that now feels activated. They think the question is, what did you do? The real question is, what are you about to become? Because when people who've endured what you've endured enter moments like this, they don't collapse, they crystallize, they don't break, they sharpen. And tonight, your sharpened energy is spreading through the streets like a warning only the perceptive can feel. Someone just whispered, "Why aren't they scared?" Someone else replied, "Maybe they know something we don't." And that single line is enough to shift the entire mood. Because your calm isn't normal. Your posture isn't normal. Your breathing isn't normal. Your silence isn't normal. Your presence isn't normal. You're operating like an individual who has walked through fires other people couldn't even stand near. And that terrifies them more than the red list ever could. Right now, you feel a subtle shift in the air again, don't you? That tightening, that pressure, that psychological heat forming around your name. Good. Because this moment, the one everyone else thinks is your downfall, isn't the collapse they're hoping for. It's the beginning of the next stage. A stage where your calm becomes a weapon. A stage where their assumptions become their undoing. A stage where you're no longer the one under scrutiny. You're the one observing who cracks under the weight of their own imagination. And as this shift deepens, as the energy tightens, as the neighborhood watches your every move, something else begins beneath the surface, something they won't recognize until it's too late, something that will shape the next chapter in ways they never prepared for. Because now, right now, something inside you is awakening all over again. And the strange part is, this awakening isn't loud, it isn't theatrical, it isn't some dramatic lightning strike that makes you leap up from your chair. No, it's quieter than that, subtler than that, sharper than that. It moves like a slow tightening behind your ribs, an instinct sharpening, a perception widening, a presence settling deeper into itself. You don't announce it, you don't broadcast it, you don't even try to understand it, you just feel it, blooming in the same place where your warning senses have always lived. And while the outside world edges closer to your name, closer to your doorstep, closer to whatever label they've placed on your existence, something inside you is getting stronger, not weaker. More focused, not scattered. More aligned, not confused. Because here's what no one on that watch list understands. When pressure rises around you, your mind doesn't crumble. It calibrates. It reorganizes. It expands in directions they never consider. So while they're busy whispering, while they're busy predicting your disappearance, while they're busy acting like they know more than they do, you're over here watching the entire terrain change in slow motion. You're picking up on details normal people overlook, shifts in tone, pauses in conversations, patterns in behavior, inconsistencies in the way people look at your home when they pass by. And the ironic part? They think they have eyes on you. They think they're the ones doing the monitoring. They don't realize you've already mapped their footsteps before they even stepped onto your road. Because when your family name pops up somewhere it doesn't belong, when your house coincidentally appears on a list that wasn't meant for your eyes, when whispers start traveling faster than the truth ever could, you don't panic. You observe, you gather, you calculate. You let their assumptions write themselves into their own trap. The neighborhood doesn't see this version of you, though. They only notice the tightening around the air, the pressure that wasn't there last week, the tension that lingers in the corners of your street like an uninvited guest. They notice the way your lights stay on later than usual. They notice the way you move with more intention, more precision. They notice the way you don't flinch anymore. And this unsettles them more than any red list ever could. Because the moment your name resurfaced in places you didn't expect, the moment your home entered a category that raised unnecessary eyebrows, something strange happened. The people around you started behaving as if your existence had suddenly become unpredictable. Some stepped back, some stepped forward, some watched, some whispered, some pretended not to care while practically staring holes through your windows. But none of them anticipated the shift unfolding inside you. This quiet recalibration turning you into someone they can't categorize anymore. You can feel the air changing. You can sense the weight in the atmosphere thickening, stretching, tightening around the edges. The streetlights seem dimmer. Footsteps outside your home sound different. Conversations between neighbors feel interrupted by invisible barriers. Everyone's pretending nothing is happening, yet their eyes betray them every single time. They know your house is on a list. They know your name is being circulated. They know someone important is preparing to move in closer. And the fear they're projecting, it isn't really about you. It's about what your situation is revealing about them. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. When people think you're about to vanish, when they believe some higher authority is closing in on your doorstep, their real face shows. Their real loyalty shows. Their real intentions burst through the cracks. And suddenly all those friendly nods, all those casual check-ins, all those forced smiles, they twist into something else. Into caution, into distance, into calculation, into suspicion wrapped in concern, into curiosity pretending to be kindness. But you notice every bit of it. What they don't understand is that before your name landed on that red list, you already sensed something shifting. You already felt the atmosphere tightening. You already picked up on the strange, synchronized behavior patterns happening around you. The coincidental glances, the sudden hesitations in conversations, the unusual pause before someone answered your questions, the repeated cars passing your house at odd hours, the pattern of footsteps outside your window that didn't match the usual neighbor's routine. It all formed a rhythm long before the list appeared. And now, with everything out in the open, with the whispers circulating, with the air practically vibrating with nervous anticipation, you're not surprised. If anything, it confirms everything you felt before anyone dared speak a word. Your instincts were right. And now they're expanding. This is why the energy inside your home feels different tonight. Why the walls feel like they're paying attention. Why the floor beneath your feet feels charged with awareness. Why your breathing adjusts in real time to whatever is approaching. Something is pulling you inward and outward simultaneously, heightening your sensitivity, widening your perception, sharpening your internal radar. And this isn't panic. This isn't paranoia. This is preparation. Preparation for a shift that has already started. Whether the people around you know it or not. Because when a watch list marks your home, when those behind the scenes begin planning a move, when the atmosphere ripples with anticipation, there are two types of people. Those who crumble under pressure, and those who awaken. And you awaken again, and again, and again. You awaken in the places others try to avoid. You awaken in the spaces where most fall apart. You awaken in the tension people try to run from. And that awakening is what unsettles the neighborhood more than anything else. They expected fear from you. They expected anxiety, desperation, confusion, maybe even attempts to hide. Instead, you become centered, grounded, emotionally anchored, intellectually sharpened, internally fortified. You become the one thing they never expected you to become. Unshakable. And it terrifies them. Because while they're projecting their worries, while they're obsessively refreshing their screens, while they're imagining all kinds of rumors about what might happen to you, you're over here doing something they can't comprehend, preparing without panicking, moving in silence without collapsing, strengthening without showing it, adjusting without explaining, expanding without announcing. And as this deeper shift surges inside you, something else becomes clearer. This watch list situation wasn't random. Your name wasn't tossed onto that list by accident. There's a pattern here, one you've been noticing but never fully articulated. Too many coincidences, too many aligned events, too many moments where you felt watched before being told you were being watched. Too many digital shadows hovering around your presence. Too many subtle disruptions that didn't make sense until now. It's like the pieces are snapping together in your head, forming a larger picture. Not a comforting one, not a pleasant one, but a revealing one. Something about your path, your choices, your resilience, your refusal to collapse when others expected you to. Something about all of this attracted attention long before the public whispers began. Somebody noticed you. Somebody documented you. Somebody tracked the shifts in your presence. Somebody recognized the way you navigate pressure differently from everyone else. And instead of being intimidated, instead of being overwhelmed, instead of being thrown into chaos, you're taking this new awareness and letting it crystallize into power. Because here's the sharp edge of reality. People only put someone on a list when they believe that person matters. And deep down, every single person around you knows this. That's why their eyes avoid yours now. That's why their voices tremble when they ask if you're okay. That's why their steps slow down when they walk past your home at dusk. They're not scared of the list. They're scared of what the list means about you. Because once your name appears on something important, you stop being just another person. You become a target. You become a message. You become a symbol. You become a reference point. You become a question no one knows how to answer. And nothing makes people act strange faster than uncertainty. But while they crumble under the weight of uncertainty, you grow through it. You inhale it. You use it. You let it refine your thinking, sharpen your intelligence, strengthen your intuition, and clear out every emotional distraction that once slowed you down. This is why the atmosphere around you feels dense right now, because your mind is reorganizing itself at a pace that doesn't match normal human behavior. Your focus is rising. Your awareness is rising. Your inner power is rising. And the ones monitoring you, directly or indirectly, don't realize how quickly you adapt. They're expecting a reaction from you. They're expecting desperation. They're expecting collapse. But instead, you're stepping into a deeper self-possession that they never calculated for. You begin to see everything with unnerving clarity. Who suddenly checks on you too often? Who suddenly distances themselves? Who suddenly acts overly curious? Who suddenly stares too long? Who suddenly pretends everything is normal? These shifts revealed the truth about every connection, every acquaintance, every false ally, every hidden observer. It's almost poetic. Your house hitting a surveillance watch list is what finally exposes the people who were silently watching you long before any official list existed. And this realization only deepens the transformation inside you. Because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. You can't soften it. You can't ignore it. You can't pretend the old version of reality still exists. And now, as night crawls over your street, as the air grows heavier, as the neighborhood continues its restless pacing, something else begins to build. Something under the surface, beneath the atmosphere, behind the quiet tension everyone pretends not to feel. It's subtle, faint, but undeniable. Movement. Someone is getting closer. Someone is preparing for the next step. Someone has shifted their attention entirely toward your home. And this movement, this unsettling progression, this deepening pressure, it doesn't trigger fear inside you. It triggers precision. It triggers clarity. It triggers readiness. Because while they're preparing to move in, you're preparing something they never accounted for. You're preparing your mind, your awareness, your instincts, your next move. And the closer they get, the more focused you become, the more centered you become, the more powerful you feel inside your own skin. This isn't the beginning of fear. This is the beginning of alignment. And soon, very soon, everything around you will shift again. This time, in ways they won't be able to control. Because the moment they step closer to your home, they step into your field, your awareness, your psychological terrain, your sharpened intuition, your rising power. And they have no idea what that means, but you do. And the moment that anticipation settles inside you, something strange happens. Strange in the way only deep awareness can reveal. The air doesn't just feel charged, it feels directional, as if every current in the atmosphere is quietly pointing toward a single outcome. As if the shadows around your home have shifted their posture, leaning in instead of drifting away. As if the entire environment is inhaling with you, waiting with you, bracing with you. It's almost too subtle for anyone else to notice, but not you. Not now. Not in this sharpened state where your instincts operate with a precision that alarms even you. The next stage isn't creeping anymore. It's forming. It's structuring itself. It's aligning its pieces around you like a closing perimeter. Because once your name lands on a red list, once your house gets flagged, once the neighborhood begins moving with an anxious tension they can't explain, there's no going back to normal. something irreversible happens in the psychological terrain. People don't see you the same anymore. They don't speak to you the same anymore. They don't even think about you the same anymore. They watch you the way people watch a lit fuse, careful, cautious, curious, convinced something explosive may happen at any moment. And the ironic twist, nothing about you is exploding. Everything inside you is stabilizing. This is what unsettles them the most. You're not panicking. You're not spiraling. You're not pacing around, calling everyone, begging for explanations. You're just here, present, focused, attentive, fully locked in. And that calmness, this grounded, unshakable calmness, creates an atmosphere they don't know how to interpret. Because in their mind, someone whose house is on a watch list should be breaking down. Someone whose family name hit a dangerous category should be trembling. Someone who's supposedly at risk of vanishing tonight should be losing sleep. But instead, every minute that passes makes you more composed, more aligned, more aware. And when people who expect your collapse witness your strength instead, they start projecting their own fear onto you. They start thinking you know something they don't. They start believing you're preparing for something bigger than they imagined. And once that idea settles in their mind, everything they do becomes unpredictable. You can hear it in the way they whisper. You can see it in the way they look out their windows longer than usual. You can feel it in the way conversations around you break mid-sentence. Fear spreads fast when people don't understand someone's strength. And now, inside your home, something even more powerful is happening. Nothing loud, nothing chaotic, just a slow, steady, internal recalibration. Like your thoughts are rearranging themselves into a strategy you didn't consciously design, but always knew how to follow. Every moment leading to this, every warning sign, every shift in behavior, every whisper, every strange glance, every unfamiliar vehicle rolling down your street has shaped this exact awareness forming inside you right now. You're not reacting. You're reading the entire situation like a sequence. And the more you read, the clearer it becomes. They think they're moving toward you, but in reality, they're stepping into your field. Because while they assumed you'd be confused, you've been tracking the signs long before they acknowledged your name. You knew the atmosphere was shifting. You sensed the attention tightening around your home. You felt the invisible weight press against your presence days before the news surfaced. So now that everything is out in the open, you're not shocked. You're not scrambling. You're simply stepping into a mindset you've been preparing for without realizing it. And this mindset, it changes everything. Your breathing becomes slower, but deeper. Your thoughts become fewer, but sharper. Your senses become quiet, but more exact. You're not overthinking anymore. You're perceiving. You're not worrying anymore. You're observing. You're not questioning anymore. You're confirming. And while this internal shift unfolds, something outside your window makes it even more real. A vehicle slows down, not enough to stop, but enough to study, enough to look, enough to confirm something. And though it drives away a moment later, the message is clear. Movement is closer than before. The watchers are tightening their radius. The observers are adjusting their distance. The approach isn't hypothetical anymore. It has begun. But you don't flinch. You don't rush to the door. You don't peer through the curtains like someone scared of their own future. Instead, you stand still. Because you know something they don't know. Pressure doesn't break you. It organizes you. Attention doesn't weaken you. It awakens you. Threats don't shrink you. They sharpen your edges. And as the night deepens, as the quiet outside grows heavier, as the air inside your home thickens with a strange but powerful clarity, the truth becomes undeniable. This entire situation didn't expose your vulnerability, it exposed your evolution. And now that evolution is unfolding faster than anyone expected. Your thoughts begin to connect in patterns, patterns that reveal motives, intentions, possibilities. You remember every moment that didn't make sense at the time. Every strange call, every delayed message, every unfamiliar face, lingering too long, every shift in energy around your presence, every time someone hesitated before speaking, every time your gut screamed something wasn't ordinary. And now, it all aligns. This wasn't random. It wasn't sudden. It wasn't accidental. It was building, layer by layer, quietly, strategically, inevitably. And the deeper this realization sinks into your chest, the more your posture changes. Not physically, but internally. You're no longer bracing for something to happen. You're preparing to confront whatever arrives. You're not waiting to be taken off guard. You're positioning yourself mentally before the knock even hits your door. You're stepping into a psychological vantage point they never calculated. Because while they're moving in fast, you're already 10 steps ahead in your mind. You've mapped the emotional landscape. You've studied the behavioral shifts. You've analyzed the neighborhood reactions. You've observed the surveillance patterns. You know the next phase is coming, and you're ready for it, fully, completely, unapologetically. And that readiness, this quiet, grounded, razor-sharp readiness, is the part they never expected. They anticipated confusion, disarray, panic. But instead, the version of you standing here in this moment is something else entirely. Something stronger, something clearer, something far more controlled, something they're not prepared to engage with. And as the atmosphere tightens once more, as the night grows heavier, as the tension on your street sharpens to the point where even the air feels alert, one truth rises above the rest. That truth is simple, but it carries a weight heavy enough to bend the entire night around it. The situation isn't happening to you anymore, it's happening because of you. Not because you're vulnerable, not because you're unprepared, not because you're an easy target, but because somewhere along the journey, you became a variable they can't predict. And unpredictable individuals always end up on lists. Not because they're dangerous, but because they don't fall in line. They don't move the way others move. They don't obey the unspoken rules that keep everyone else predictable. They disrupt patterns just by being themselves. And the moment people in power sense that disruption, even if they don't fully understand it, they start tightening their grip around the source. That source is you. But here's where their calculation fails. They think pressure will expose your weakness. They don't realize pressure exposes your blueprint. And your blueprint, it isn't built on fear. It's built on experience, real experience. The kind that doesn't just teach you how to survive, but teaches you how to read danger before it arrives, how to sense intention before it is spoken, how to anticipate moves before they unfold. That's what's happening inside you right now. Your awareness is widening behind your eyes, like a quiet expansion of light, revealing angles and possibilities others would never see in the dark. You stand in the center of your home, feeling each second land like a soft drum beat in your chest. Outside, the street feels tight, pulled, coiled with expectation. There's something in the air that wasn't there hours ago. You don't hear it, you feel it. Movement is approaching, slow, calculated, deliberate. Not the rushed panic of someone untrained, not the casual walk of a neighbor. This is different. This is deliberate presence. Someone making their way closer with intention rather than curiosity. But instead of fear, instead of shock, instead of that crushing sensation people expect from someone in your position, you feel something far more controlled. Alignment. Everything inside you pulls into a single point of clarity. Every thought threads together. Every instinct sharpens. Every distraction dissolves. And the only thing left is readiness, pure, grounded readiness that doesn't shake, doesn't tremble, doesn't break. You walk through your home with a kind of calm that the average person would mistake for indifference. But this isn't detachment. This is control. You're monitoring the layout without looking paranoid. You're memorizing angles without announcing caution. You're studying the environment the way someone studies a battlefield, not with fear, but with calculation. The floor seems quieter beneath your feet. The walls feel more aware. The shadows around your furniture lean differently, as though even they're preparing for whatever comes next. This moment isn't about hiding. It isn't about defending. It isn't about waiting passively for an outcome you didn't ask for. It's about owning your presence in the very space someone else believes they can walk into with authority. Because once they step near your boundary, physical or psychological, they're stepping into your world. And your world isn't as simple as they assume. You stand near a window, not close enough to be seen, not far enough to miss a detail, and you observe the street. There's nothing visibly unusual at first. No flashing lights, no loud engines, no commotion. Just a stillness that feels curated, as if the environment itself is holding its breath. But your instincts catch something small, something subtle, something that doesn't belong. A silhouette pausing, a shadow pulling back, a figure turning away before fully committing to the approach, someone gathering data, someone confirming presence, someone marking position. They haven't made their move yet, but they're preparing for it, and so are you. Your mind begins to move faster now, not chaotically, but strategically, reviewing every recent shift in your life, the unusual calls, the delayed messages, the glances neighbors tried to disguise, the digital disruptions you brushed off as coincidence, the tightening patterns around your presence that didn't make sense at the time. Each one now clicks into place, like pieces of a larger mechanism, finally revealing its function. You whisper nothing. You think everything. This awareness, it doesn't intimidate you, it empowers you. Because once you understand the rhythm of an approach, you're no longer a target. You're a participant. You're engaged. You're involved. And that involvement shifts the entire dynamic. They expect you to be a silent subject in their operation. But you're not silent. Not internally, not mentally, not emotionally. You're wide awake in ways they didn't prepare for. The night deepens further, stretching across the street like a thick blanket, but you feel no heaviness. Instead, you feel clarity, pure, unfiltered clarity that brings a strange sense of calm. It's almost ironic. Your name appearing on a red list didn't destabilize you. It stabilized you. It stripped away distractions, peeled off illusions, and strengthened your perception in a way nothing else could have. And now, as the atmosphere shifts once more, you sense the next stage unfolding like a hidden mechanism unlocking itself. Sound travels differently. Time feels slower. Your own heartbeat becomes a metronome, steady, controlled, deliberate. You hear something, a distant click, a faint hum, maybe even footsteps several houses down. Not enough to confirm identity, but enough to confirm intention. They're moving, they're adjusting their formation, They're aligning themselves for whatever happens next. And you don't step back. You don't retreat. You don't shrink. You anchor yourself deeper. Because the truth, the real truth, is finally rising in your mind with the weight of undeniable certainty. They're not approaching a scared individual. They're approaching someone who already saw this coming, someone who already adapted, someone who doesn't collapse under pressure but transforms through it. This is why the night feels different. This is why the air feels alert. This is why every shadow seems to shift with purpose. You've changed. And the approach they planned? It's walking into a presence they're not prepared to handle. Your breathing steadies again. Your shoulders relax. Your eyes narrow. Not from fear, but from clarity. You sense the exact moment something crosses an invisible threshold outside your home. A point of no return. Someone steps forward. Someone commits. Someone makes the move that confirms everything you felt building. The night doesn't shake. The street doesn't erupt. Your mind doesn't panic. Instead, everything within you aligns into a single razor-sharp realization. They're here. They're close. They're moving in. And you are ready, not to run, not to crumble, but to face the next chapter with a strength they never calculated into their plan. Because the moment they step into your proximity, they step into your awareness, your mental terrain, your sharpened presence. And whatever happens next won't unfold the way they expect. Not anymore.